Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you've ever been to a major Chinese city, you've definitely seen them. This constant swarm of drivers in blue and yellow jackets zipping through traffic on their electric bikes. This is the face of an instant delivery system that has totally rewired urban life, a system that got supercharged during the pandemic. Today, we're going to dig into the source material and ask a really simple question. All right, let's get into it. We're going to trace this incredible story of how a basic need for food delivery, a service they call Waimai, ballooned into the essential plumbing for China's entire digital economy. And trust me, it's a wild tale of scrappy innovation, cutthroat rivalry, and a vision that went way, way beyond just getting dinner delivered. So first things first, let's get our key term down, Waimai. Originally, it just meant takeaway. You go to a restaurant, grab your food, and head home. But that's not what it means anymore. The word has totally evolved. Now, when people say Waimai, they're talking about a massive, on-demand network for getting pretty much anything you can think of brought to your door in like under an hour. Now, this whole story doesn't kick off in some fancy tech lab or a corporate boardroom. Nope. It starts, like so many great ideas, with a really simple universal problem inside a university dorm room, all the way back in 2008. This, right here, this is the phrase that launched an entire industry. 饿了me. It just means, I'm hungry. It's something people in China say, multiple times a day. And it's exactly what was on the mind of Zhang Shuhao, a graduate student at the super prestigious Shanghai Jiaotong University. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. You're a student. You've been eating bland cafeteria food all week. The weekend finally hits, and all you want is some real, decent food from a local spot. But, trying to get everyone organized to go out is a total pain. And coordinating a massive takeaway order for the whole dorm, that's a logistical nightmare. This simple frustration, week after week, was the spark. Zhang looked at this problem and saw business. He thought, hey, what if we just create a little service that goes and buys the food for people? And it started out incredibly low-tech. We're talking a basic web page with just scanned menus, and all the orders came in through email. But it caught on like wildfire. By 2010, it was a full-blown campus phenomenon. Their early growth tactics weren't slick. They were just brilliantly relentless. It all started with that genius name, LME, which means, are you hungry? It created this instant, powerful connection. Then they went viral by blasting an email to the entire university. It actually got Zhang's email account suspended, but it made the service famous overnight. And finally, they used what they called the roller strategy, just a brute force method of visiting restaurants over and over and over again until they finally gave in and signed up. So Ella.me basically invented this whole new market from scratch. They were the classic innovators. But while they were busy growing, a really brilliant and calculating rival was watching every single move they made, looking for that one thing the innovator always has, a blind spot. And that rival's name was Wang Sheng, the founder of Meituan. Now, Wang was a master of what you might call strategic imitation. He wasn't just some copycat. His real genius was in taking an idea that already existed, finding its one fatal flaw, and then executing a much better version that would just completely dominate. And this, right here, is the strategic heart of the whole story. See, Zhang Shuhao at Ella.me believed he should just serve a need that was already there. So he only launched in cities that already had a big takeaway culture. Wang Xing saw that as a huge weakness. He decided to launch in cities Ella.me was ignoring and create the need from scratch. But here's the killer move. He built the delivery service directly into his already super popular restaurant review app. So instead of waiting for you to realize you're hungry, he snagged you the second you even started thinking, what should I eat tonight? And the result? Well, Wang Zhang's strategy was just devastatingly effective. By spotting and exploiting the innovator's blind spots, Meituan rocketed to a dominant 65% market share by 2019. They basically won the food delivery war. So LA.me was beaten, but they weren't broken. They realized they couldn't fight Meituan on their own anymore. They needed a seriously powerful ally. And they found one in the e-commerce titan Alibaba, who saw something in LA.me that had nothing to do with noodles and dumplings. So in 2018, Alibaba just went ahead and bought LA.me outright. And you have to understand, they weren't just buying a food delivery company. No, they were buying the final, absolutely crucial piece of a much, much grander strategic puzzle. That puzzle was something called new retail. This was Alibaba's massive vision to completely merge the online and offline worlds. The idea was actually simple, but it was revolutionary. Turn every single physical store, every supermarket, every department store, every pharmacy into a tiny warehouse for its local neighborhood. And why would they do that? To solve the final frontier of e-commerce, not next-day delivery, but right-now delivery. And here's the thing. By 2018, Waimai was already way more than just food. It was already a network delivering groceries, random goods, even parcels. It had, without really planning to, built the exact instant delivery infrastructure that Alibaba's new retail dream desperately needed. Eli.me wasn't just a good fit, it was the key. So this fusion, this combination of Waimai's delivery network and Alibaba's new retail vision, didn't just change how people shopped, it fundamentally rewired the entire logistical fabric of the modern city. The best way to think about it is like this. Traditional e-commerce, with its giant warehouses and big trucks, that's like a city's main arteries. It's great for moving lots of stuff in bulk. But the Waimai network? That's the capillaries. It's this dense, hyper-local system that can deliver a single lipstick from a neighborhood store to one specific apartment on demand in just a few minutes. And the impact of this has been absolutely profound. For retailers, it means their stores are never really closed anymore. A department store can sell cosmetics to office workers at noon and then to someone relaxing at home at 10 p.m. For us, the consumers, it offers just unbelievable convenience. And for the workers themselves, what started as a pretty dangerous gig has transformed. Better logistics and better pay have turned it into a stable career, creating a whole new social class of young, upwardly mobile people who've moved from the countryside to build a new life in the city. So the main takeaway here is how this ridiculously simple idea, born from a student's hunger, was forged in the fire of intense competition and then scaled up by a grand strategic vision to become the essential, capillary-like infrastructure of the modern Chinese city. The SARS outbreak back in 2002 is what really kickstarted e-commerce. The recent pandemic put this instant delivery economy into hyperdrive, and it leaves us with one last fascinating question to think about. What new revolution is being born right now?